All right. Well, as they often want to do, the various mephits and gremlins and imps and quasits and homunculi decided to chew on the wires and disconnected one of the players. But it looks like we are all back again. I took the opportunity to refresh OBS, shut it down, bring it back up again, because it looked like the Fantasy Grounds feed was frozen at the old image, so we might not have captured the fun of the group hopping over the fence to get out of Erwin Ravinowitz's house. But that's all well and good. Hopefully the description served well. Put an image in your mind's eye of how these students looked as they were scrambling over a 6-foot tall wooden plank fence. So we were talking about ice cream. And Sophia, we were trying to guess what your favorite flavor of ice cream would be.
When did I cut off?
You never got to answer the question at all.
I was having this whole conversation with you guys, but I thought it was like
Talking to yourself again, huh?
Until, yep. Chocolate chip cookie dough.
Okay. I said the ones with the
There we
crumbled
go.
up Oreo in it, so I wasn't too far
That's
off.
close. That's close.
Lenny has started to open up various bags and containers and pulling plastic silverware out of those little cellophane sleeves.
I'm rushing over to help him.
It looks like he's picked up dinner for two.
No, Lenny, you shouldn't have.
Wait, what? No, don't you guys have work to do? You said you're clocking in, right? You are both employed here, right? Remember?
You know what? You're right. You want a latte or something?
No, I'm good.
Lenny's probably balancing two large cups of sweet iced tea. Sweet tea.
Good old sweet tea.
Pops open the straw wrapper and puts a straw in each.
Just gonna go behind the line, put on some soft music. What's that song called? Careless Whispers?
What timing? I didn't completely forget that you were going to be here at this exact time.
He says, yeah. He says, it's a good thing that the bookstore here is right on the way from Ma's Diner to our trailer park, because I had no idea that we'd be meeting here. I guess the ice cream would have all been melted. You almost drink it like a milkshake.
I love milkshakes, so that's not a problem.
Even with cookie dough floating in it, I guess.
Of course, it's a chewy little surprise.
Okay, so you two have a nice dinner date, and Lenny also has another bag with 2 boxes of Lucky Charms cereal.
Oh Lord!
And he's like, I feel so guilty about eating your cereal this morning. Yes, it was this morning, right? It seems like it was much longer, but that was just this morning. And you have a nice date. He's a gentleman. Your hands kind of awkwardly bump a couple of times as you reach to the shared gravy fries in the middle of the table.
That sounds delicious.
you hear Mary Lynn saying some stuff, muttering under her breath about how sweet young love is. It's so nice. It's so nice. And God, what is she? She doesn't say.
I'm gonna feed him a fry.
She's got the more Carolina. I get. She doesn't say darling. She says like sweetie, or hun, or some affectation from that different state, that East Coast state. And the scene kind of closes with Shep and Ava exchanging knowing nods, and dinner happening at one of the tables of the used books and emporium. So let's move with the at the end of the resurrection of the Black Guard.
Oh my gosh.
Let's move to story time. Let's do a little interstitial. The first week of school occurs, and let's jump ahead to any time between the first day of school and right after Valentine's Day. So it's not an interstitial, it's not an intermission. It is, what is the term in Savage
Interlude?
Worlds? Interlude, an interlude. Shep, a Benny for your trouble. Anytime you can think on your feet and help me out for something that I just can't remember, that's worth a Benny in my book. Every time. Every time. So yeah, let's start with you, Shep. Jump to any point in time between the first day of school and about a week after Valentine's Day, the middle, the 14th of February, thereabout, and tell me a story. Entertain the dean with just something that happened.
Well, we went back to school. Shep has been putting his time in with studying, but realizes it's getting close to Valentine's Day. And he realizes that this is his first Valentine's Day with somebody. So he calls up the comic book store, and with Mir's help, reserves the comic book store for later, for a night, like a after hours on Valentine's Day. But before that, in order to get Ava kind of distracted, he works with Ava and tells her that we should really throw a romantic dinner date for Sophia and Lenny. I mean, that was a good start, but that chicken dinner, they need something more with more oomph. Maybe we should help them out with that. Plus,
Agree.
if
As
they're
if I don't have this handled.
if you're not here,
just plotting away romance.
Plus this will give Mir and Erica somebody else to focus on. So he gets together with Ava. We plot, and we get the Erica and Mir to take the dogs out on Valentine's Day. We find the nicest restaurant that we can get takeout from, and get everything set up. We have just set up this momentous Valentine's Day spread. Make sure that I have Ava go over to Lenny's to let him know that Sophia requests his presence. And I'm telling Sophia that she needs to hurry up and get dressed because, everybody's going out for Valentine's Day.
Oh, man.
And once we get all of that together, we sit them down, hand them their since we're not old enough yet, the two of us, we just hand them some mock champagne.
Sparkling grape
water.
juice, apple juice.
Yep. And then we go, y'all have fun now. And I go, Ava, you ready? And Shep's dressed up in his dad's 1970s tux.
Wow. Is it like velour?
Yeah. Velour, that entire feel.
Shirt
and
with
he-
the wide collar.
Yeah, the wide tie,
Oh,
wide bow tie, the
My
whole,
God.
the ruffles. It's just he's gone all out for this.
That's
Um,
hilarious.
and
I love that.
he's told Ava, to get dressed. We've got somewhere to be, and then he takes her to the comic book store, which he has reserved. And there's a dinner there, and he just they just enjoy dinner there. Some little light music from the boombox, and uh, he has given. He has bought. Tells Ava that she can pick out 5 different comic books that she wants. It's already been paid for.
How
Wow.
fancy that is.
All right, Shep, I want you to make me
fancy.
make a notice roll and a smarts roll for me.
Would I still have my fatigue at this point in time?
The fatigue. Not the fatigue.
Yeah, I'll take that fatigue away.
Okay, so that would be a
for
4.
now.
sounds like you don't want to.
I really don't, but I will.
He's so tired
Against
putting
my
together all
better
of this planning.
judgment, but...
I mean, I can spend bennies. I'm not adverse to that.
So you made your notice roll. Let's see a smarts roll. Oh yeah, you made both of them. As you're walking over, as you're walking over to Lenny's house to tell him, "Hey, get ready. Your presence has been requested," etc., etc. You see a young woman approaching, as if she's leaving Lenny's house. He lives there with 3 other roommates. There's a woman leaving as you come in. She's carrying books, and you recall that she is the same woman that was in the photo shoot with Erica for the beer commercial, the beer ad.
The one that we deduced was possibly one of the skinwalker people.
Very, very attractive, and her name is Raylene.
Oh no, is that the same girl who kept trying to get with you after the water tower?
No, that was a... I think her name was Charlene.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was a
That sounds awfully familiar.
high school
She was younger.
sophomore. You also saw her at the Renaissance Festival.
Right.
But this woman's smiles at you. You probably are gentleman enough and perhaps caught off guard enough that you hold the door for her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, darling. That's right. That's right, nice of you. She gives you a smile with just wicked gleaming white teeth. Just perfect straight white teeth. Bright red, auburn red hair. Maybe just a sprinkling of freckles on her, like across her nose, and just a body, quote unquote, to die for. Ha! No pun intended.
Does my danger sense from psychically sensitive go off?
No, it doesn't.
So she doesn't come across as a supernatural creature?
Yes, she does come across as a supernatural creature. But a supernatural creature that at present does not bear you any ill will or harm.
Okay.
Well, thank you, darling. Right neighborly of you.
You're welcome.
She's got a couple textbooks and a couple notebooks, spiral bound notebooks, sort of, in a canvas tote.
Mm-hmm.
Do you happen to know if Lenny's inside?
He sure is. She smiles and winks.
Cool.
I know that for a fact.
Oh.
As she saunters off, as she sashays down the driveway towards the sidewalk.
Yeah.
So you met him when you came in with his roommate?
He gone?
Was that a question to Raylene?
Yep.
No, darling. He was here. He was here already.
Oh, so you're dating him too, huh?
You?
She shrugs. Gets into like an old Datsun B210. Looks like it's on its last legs. Rust bucket.
I just, as she walks away, as she shrugs, I go, I'd be careful playing with the devil. And I go inside.
All right.
Is that?
Lenny's sitting there at an old sort of rusted and chipped formica topped kitchen table. There's some books spread out, math books from the looks of it, casual look. And you tell him, "Hey, your presence is requested next door by Sophia." And then we go to Ava. And Ava, what would you like to do for your interlude?
Well,
It can tie into this, but it doesn't have to. You can pick something entirely unrelated or tangential to.
I would like most of it to tie into it, but I would like for a moment in time where she would go off shopping on her own, whether it's the mall or um, a little shop somewhere that is like uh specializes, I guess, in like those kind of like occult little hobby shops where I wanted to see if she could find something that is from where Shep's family is from, just to kind of find something that would be a little more connected to his roots of what his cool soup hands can do. Because she thinks it's super cool that he can do fancy magic stuff because of his family. She doesn't think of it as like a weird curse, as I guess Shep was really scared of. She's like, no way, my boyfriend's a wizard. And she wants to find like maybe some cool Louisiana um what's the word I'm looking for? Because I know that the
Bayou
stuff that
country.
it's a yeah, like something that would uh just show that she's uh supportive of the thing that he was very self-conscious of. It's like don't be like scared about it. Like I love it. It's great. So but I don't know much about like actual Bayou stuff. So I figured going into like some those fun little occult shops maybe would have like a fun book, uh, or maybe like a little talisman. Since he has a little talisman that uses that activates his cool soup hands. I want to be able to get one for him and then a matching one for her, so they could be cute together, matchy.
I like it.
Whether it's a necklace or a ring, like Louisiana-based piece of jewelry that she could wear and he could wear. I think maybe rings. I think rings would be nice. The equivalent of a promise ring, but magically cool wizard boyfriend stuff.
Very good.
So outside of the fun stuff that they were going to plan for Sophia and Lenny, she would take time away to go to a shop to find a little something for the both of them to partake in that she would like to give to him when they have time together, like alone away from their plans that they're giving for Sophia and Lenny.
All right. First off,
So when he,
a shout out to Phil Cho. I've sort of spotlighted a little bit of his artwork, the sketch of Lenny, and it amazes me just how clean the lines are in this art. As I zoom in and zoom in, it just gets sharper and sharper. And I also, in Mary Lynn's bookstore, just because it's the map I happen to have up, I bring up an image of one Forrester Harris. If it looks like the goblin Bogrod from the Harry Potter set of movies, it's because that's how I envision Forrester Harris at Pine Box Pawn to look. And I don't know if you've really dealt with him beyond that movie night, when you battled the creatures from Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
I
I
think,
think we
I
talked to
believe
him
we
a couple of
stopped in.
times.
Yeah.
could he have been the one that
I
taught you
believe so.
Did he teach you the healing ritual?
Yes.
I think he was the source of the healing ritual.
Yeah, because he's like my second go-to person for the supernatural.
Yes, but he has the ugly hindrance. He's got kind of pointed ears and a little crooked nose.
Oh,
He's short,
Forrester.
short and wizened. But he has just what you're looking for as you walk into Pine Box Pawn. The scripture above the sort of etched into a sign says something akin to, "Perhaps we have what your heart desires." I'm paraphrasing, but it's something very close to that. Come in and see if we have what your heart desires. It's something like that. And he has just the thing. And it's you know how the citizens in New Orleans, they have that Mardi Gras parade, and they paint their faces like skeletons, like stylized, kind of like Grateful Dead skeletons. You know what I mean? The white makeup and the garish black paint that gives them like eye sockets and big grins, and then also it shows like very colorful like flowers and stuff like that. He has a pair of little matching pins like that he'd like to sell you.
That sounds pretty cute. I'm here for it.
And they're almost akin to the pins that were given to you that had the puppet spell cast on them, that caused you to feel an urge to go to the Itzalak storage facility.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But these are just a little bit bigger. These stick pins, and you could stick them into a hat. You could stick them on a lapel, on a jacket. You could stick them through like a canvas flap on a backpack, for example. Anything like that. And he says, yes, these have certainly the characteristics of something that would have come from New Orleans by way of the bayou. Believe these would be suitable. I think these are what you are looking for.
I would love to have them. I think you would love it.
I would say, just due to the fact that we have had such positive relationships before, I would let them go for the sum together of $22.
It's a deal.
Would you like me to gift wrap them for you? I'm quite good at wrapping.
Oh yes, please. As nice as you can for the occasion, if you would.
Although they, at first sight, they're a little bit grotesque, skulls and skeletons and what have you. They are attractive pieces, and if you look carefully, very closely, you can see that they're quite nice little pieces of art. Little sapphire chips for the man's eyes, and little ruby chips on the female skeleton's eyes.
They're so nice. They actually are. They're. He said that they come from. They have like roots in the bayou, right? Or that
Why,
they are like inspired by
no,
the.
they're from, I guess, from the islands, by way of the bayou and New Orleans. Yes, yes.
Okay. Oh, that's good. I would love them. Thank you. She will give him money because I know this whole time I think Ava has like $500 to her name.
Yeah, I'm not concerned. Not concerned with the money. He gets us like a small charm box and rests the two in side by side, probably with a little flap of cardboard that the pin sticks through, so they stay in the position even when they're in the box. And he wraps them up with a flourish, and he says, "If you're in the market, I do have." He starts rummaging across like some shelves. I know it's right here. It's right here. He pulls out what looks to be a hat box, but it's too small to be a hat box. It's probably the size of a coffee container, like a Folgers or Maxwell House coffee container. So it's
Yeah.
about as deep as maybe a shallow hat box, but it's not as big. You couldn't fit a hat in here. And he pulls out what appears to be a shrunken head. He says, "Yes, yes. In the times of the juju magic and spell casting and the islands and what have you. Yes, I believe shrunken heads are part of the voodoo mystique, the ritualism, and if nothing else, it would make a wicked good Halloween decoration." So he sort of has this box open, and he's holding the head by like the hair. It's got a top knot sort of tied. The hair is tied up to the top, and it's this ugly gray, little wrinkled face with like a leering smile and little yellow teeth and soulless black eyes. Yes, yes. Now, if your young friend has an interest in items of antiquity from his homeland or his upbringing, the general bent of his family through the ages, this little bauble may hold some interest to it. If not for Valentine's Day, as he looks at it and sort of shakes his head and grimaces a little bit, maybe for a birthday or
Probably not for a Valentine's. Yeah, I think.
Another event. Maybe St. Patrick's. He looks at it and shakes his head. No. Mardi Gras. It would be a wonderful Mardi Gras. Because Mardi Gras is wherever you are. If you choose to celebrate, it doesn't have to be, down to the French Quarter. Yes.
It could make a very good Halloween decoration or Day of the Dead decoration. If it has some form of use to that degree, I'll take it off your hands.
Yep, very good.
I'll take the pins. I'll take the decoration, but you don't have to wrap the decoration. We'll just put that in a bag and call it a day.
Very good, very good. I could let this bauble go, for $15.
Sure, yeah, that's fine with me.
Yes. I could see it, a centerpiece on a table at a Halloween party, or perhaps hanging up and with a light shining upon it to greet people.
Put it in a bowl.
Yes.
Scare those kids who want to steal the whole bowl of candy from us. I think that would make a great little decoration for that.
It does have a somewhat unsettling visage, does it not?
It's a little ghoulish, I'm not gonna lie. But I appreciate it.
Now what better way to say that you're special to me, to that special someone? Am I right?
Than a ghoulish head.
Yes.
I never thought
And
about it that way.
he puts it back in the box, clasps the box shut, puts it in a plastic bag, and says, "Oh, I'm glad you stopped into Pine Box Pawn. Come back anytime."
Sure thing. Thanks so much.
Mhm.
With
You,
my transaction.
you feel his
Let's see.
eyes follow you as you exit the establishment.
All right.
And we jump
So,
to Sophia.
yeah.
Yes.
Starting sort of the first day of class, all the way up to the time right after Valentine's Day. What you'd like to do?
Sophia would be
Entertain us.
I'm gonna try. uh, Sophia would probably be focused on. Well, I guess let's go back to Lenny. Why not? He's been so nice, hasn't he? And Sophia wants to like. She feels like, oh, he's doing all these so nice, wonderful things. She's having such a great time getting to know him, hanging out with him. She wants to do something good for him. He's a math major, right?
He is a math major. And you know he makes some
Sweet.
money on the side by tutoring.
Mm-hmm. So she wants to just because it sounds fun. She's going to spend a lot of her time learning how to. She wants to bake him a pie. So she's just going to be going over recipes because pie. It's
Yes.
math. It'd be funny. She
It, ha-
thinks he'd like it.
it has a maths
Yeah, it
aspect to
has
it, doesn't it?
it has a math, and that's exactly where she would go with this.
What kind of
So
pie
she,
would you think he would like?
I would assume apple.
Can't go wrong with apple.
No, but she'd probably like just try to ask questions that she didn't think were that she would assume would be subtle and not obvious. Like, oh hey, what's your favorite this? What do you like about this or that?
Hmm.
Try to figure out, I guess, the best kind of pie she could make without telling him like, oh, she doesn't want him to know. It's a surprise. So she would, I guess, hole up in the student housing, baking countless pies until she got it right.
Okay. Make me a representative performance roll.
Hmm.
You take
Oh,
you can take an additional +2 bonus on this as you have quote unquote unlimited time and material.
alrighty. Performance, you said?
Yes. Well, you could argue against using another skill, I guess, but the 6 is a success. Yes, you think that you know.
Can I Benny that? I want to make the best pie I could possibly make.
I'll give you one more roll, but without charging you a penny.
Okay. I'd be willing to Benny that.
Pie, pie, pie.
It's like a success with a raise.
Wonderful. So I guess this would happen maybe the night, well, it would have been a Valentine's Day thing. So all of a sudden I'm being ushered to a surprise dinner set up by chef that I wasn't expecting. And I'm
Right.
just very quickly trying to grab the pie and bring
Okay.
it
And
with me.
you realize that Shep and Ava have done some cleaning at the house, and they have it set up kind of nice. And
How did they clean the kitchen this fast? I made a massive
know.
mess. My God.
You know, we're miracle workers sometimes. With
Right.
the amount of people that live in this house.
I owe you guys pizza.
Also, you take that devil cereal that Letty brought back.
It was I told him you liked it. And you do.
No, I absolutely hate it. How dare you lie to that
magically
man?
delicious.
This magic.
Not to be.
What he did was a kind and considerate thing.
And
Yes.
and just to tie this up and give you something to think about and bring it to a close, you did decorate Maryland's bookstore. Mary Lynn's used books and emporium. You decorated the windows for for Valentine's Day. Probably did a cute little Cupid, flying with his bow and his wings, and a bunch of hearts and other
It's so cute.
symbols of amore. Because I know we talked about you doing some artwork for Mary Lynn. So yeah,
And I arted the heck out of this pie. There is a pie. There's a pie symbol made of dough on the pie.
yeah. I wonder if you managed to find a heart-shaped pie tin. I bet you did. I bet you went to the grocery store and they had a stack of aluminum like disposable tins that were in the shape of hearts. Probably bought one of those and made good use of it.
We're having a pie day on Valentine's.
Sort of brown sugar on the cinnamon on the top, caramelized just a little bit to make that upper crust just a little bit sweet and crunchy.
Extra warm and gooey on the inside.
Oh, it's all good. Probably have some ice cream to serve on top of it while it's piping hot. Mostly ice cream.
Oh, you need ice cream on pies.
It's all good. Either that or a glass of milk, or both.
Essential.
So, and with that said, you have not none of you have seen that little cyclopsian, small human-sized Batman, the man bat, the weirbat looking critter.
God.
You just
Hated that thing. I hated it so much.
You just haven't seen it recently, in the past month or so. And we jump ahead in the semester to St. Patrick's Day. St. Paddy's Day. The luck of the Irish be upon you, lads and lasses.
They can keep it.
I am half Irish, but I don't do accents very well. Let's see. Maps. Those books. Combat tracker. Take off. Forester. Take off. Maryland. 1, 2, 3, 4. Images. Pizza. Sharing with you a map of the pizza barn.
Pizza barn.
I made this map, and it is not OSHA compliant. I don't have enough stalls in the restrooms for men and women, but you will forgive me this small dalliance, this small oversight. I could have bumped out that back wall and added another row of bathroom stuff, but it'll have to suffice. Let's see, got you guys there.
It was the 90s after all.
Yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I moved you over to that map. The pizza barn is crowded. It is St. Patrick's Day. You know that on St. Patrick's Day it is a special day for celebration at the pizza barn where they have a live band. They open up the mechanical bull. You don't have to put money in it. It simply goes nonstop. There are all sorts of specials on the menu. Of course, green beer and pizza with the little pieces of pepperoni cut into the shape of four-leaf clovers or shamrocks. You walk in.
Put a lot of work into that pepperoni.
Yeah. Loud music from the stage area. You walk in, there is just the walls and the ceiling covered with green and white balloons, streamers. There are people dressed like everyone's wearing, of course, green. Not surprising. And you go and see. If I was at the regular table, I would have had my old notes, but I don't have them right handy. But can I quickly bring up? Oh, the gal who had the Meemaw.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
The gal that
Oh,
had the Meemaw.
it wasn't Stephanie. It was
Brittany.
gosh,
Brittany Poe.
Brittany. Yes, I was like, it ended with an
Yeah,
E at the end.
Brittany's Mima Lucia. That's the extent of mine.
Yeah.
My notes on her.
Right. Also
Yeah, we tried to help her grandma.
affectionately known as Meemaw. So she's a waitress there. And you arrive. Things are in full swing. But Brittany is waiting tables tonight. And she tells the hostess, I got these. And she ushers you to a table. Looks like there was a line of people waiting to be seated for the celebration, to have some of that St. Patrick's Day green beer, and to take in all the festivities and just the joy and the celebratory nature. And you walk in, and there is a band playing. It's called An Army of Robots. You've seen them before. And we'll just put you just at any old table here. So who would be here besides the three of you? Who would you like to have invited to celebrate St.
And
Patrick's
Mirror, of
Day
course.
with you?
Erica, Mir. I mean, Erica has been doing the modeling gig, right? She's probably on some of these beer bottles.
And
Ooh,
Lenny as well.
yeah, but they've got, I don't want to call it a vat, but they have like kegs of beer that they're hosing into
Ooh.
pitchers with a little green dye and then stirring it up. But of course, I mean, you can order anything you want at the bar, and I'm sure they have a Brazen Hussy bottled beer. We'll put Erica on the
I'm gonna
combat.
tell Ava and Shep that I'm paying tonight. My treat.
Ooh.
Mm-mm.
What? Why are you paying?
Yeah.
What's the special
Hey,
occasion?
That's just, guys set up something real nice, and also I feel bad that I didn't share the French about a month ago. So that was kind of on my mind. I was trying to forget, but that was one thing I couldn't.
Mir says, I am very suspicious that you are doing this. It must be a trick.
No, I can pay for things sometimes.
How about silver knives?
Sometimes.
Our scheduled payment is next week.
As I suspected, he deadpans. And you know that's just his dry sense of humor.
As I
I have a budget.
And Mir, that's why I never take you up on those bets.
Shep, you are a wise man.
You know, I mean, I will take a treated day for sure. Who am I to deny that from you? Plus, I could always pay you back with some tutoring.
Well, I don't know if we want any tutoring.
I dare say my grades are as good as yours, although we've taken different disciplines. He's a photographer by major. And again, if ever there was a good time to shout out Phil Cho and his artwork, now is probably the time. How do I make these bigger? Do I just like right click and zoom in?
The actual tokens?
Zoom in. Hey, on the tokens you could just select one of them, opt to zoom in, and it makes the whole grid bigger. So just
Oh, yeah.
Of course, that means there are fewer per screen, if you will. But this art was just phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. So yeah, you guys are sitting, chewing the fat, as it were. Would anybody besides Erica care to take a shot at the mechanical bowl?
Oh boy.
You know what? Perhaps.
After a drink or two, Brittany comes by and she puts a large pepperoni pizza on the table. It's got little
Ooh.
4-leaf clover pepperonis on it, and she says, "It's on the house, friends."
Ooh.
Oh,
What?
Oh,
oh,
thanks, Brittany.
thank you.
Oh,
So kind.
how's your classes going?
They're going great. They're going great.
Awesome.
Nothing hard, nothing too hard so far. First semester I made Dean's List, made honor roll, and this semester I'm hoping to do so as well.
Congrats.
She says I'm,
Oh, congratulations.
nothing too hard so far, but I've been taking a lot of the prerequisites and the entry level 101s as they call them. Your
Well,
psychology,
just remember,
sociology.
we always have the little study hour at Mary Lynn's if you ever need help. There's
thank
always smart people there to help their classmates.
I'll be in a
Or I
bookstore.
should say, quote, experts. Yes.
Be in a bookstore. I'm not surprised, but I'm gratified to hear that. And then she sees somebody kind of waving her down, waving an empty pitcher at her.
They need a refill over there.
Yeah, so she's all right. And this place is getting packed, and a jury of robots. Did I say an army of robots? I meant a jury of robots. A jury of robots takes a short break, and a guy comes out with a like a fiddle, but it's hooked up mechanically some way to a microphone. So it's hooked up.
Ooh.
It's hooked into the speaker system, and he starts to play a song called "Oh Danny Boy" is his opening, and it's a soft lilting. It's a very sad song, and very Irish, of course. He makes his way through that, and people cheer and applaud, and he starts to play something a little bit faster, and it's like a jig, you would call it. And I'm just filling in just the idea that this place is packed. There are the very few empty tables are starting to fill in fast. And Erica's like, "Yeah, I just stopped in for a slice or two, y'all, but I'm due at the hospital. Sadly, St. Patty's Day can be one of the busiest nights of the year at the hospital. What with all the people out drinking and driving, shouldn't be. But
You're right.
couldn't pass coming out here, sharing some good times, some down times with y'all."
Well, we appreciate your company anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are right there. They are right there. My three kind of band members, put them up on stage. I'll line a couple pizza people up and down the center aisle there, just as a reminder, that they're there. And, the seats on the side are full as well. And when the guy is out there, the jury of robots isn't playing right now. They're probably just off stage at a table set aside for them. Let's see. This little man comes up onto the dance floor. I was going to say on stage, but it's sort of an integrated stage and dance floor that isn't raised. It's all one level, so you're basically up there dancing right next to the band members. this little oddly dressed man, dressed very much for St. Patty's Day, he goes up on, I keep wanting to say stage, but up onto the dance floor where there's a couple drunk people trying to do what one might call a poor attempt at a jig. But this little guy comes up here, and he just starts dancing. He's dressed kind of like a leprechaun. Got a little green bowler hat, little green outfit, and he's short too. Ava, you think you might be a little taller than him.
Ah.
But this little guy is jigging and kicking and spinning, and
Wow, look at him go.
the music is going
Wow.
faster and faster and faster, and he's keeping up, spinning and pirouetting, and the music comes to an abrupt, it reaches a crescendo both in sound and decibel output and in speed, and then it abruptly stops, as these sort of jig types of songs tend to do. Comes to a complete stop, and he sits there and he bends over at his waist, and he puts his hands sort of on his thighs, and you can see his out of breath and sweating a little bit. And people, especially the people on the right hand side that were like right close by, they're just laughing and clapping and having a good time, and they've not seen anything quite like this before. This little guy, just probably of Irish descent, at least if it's
Quite possibly.
it could be his own clothes, could be just a costume he rented or purchased, or maybe just a costume that he breaks out and shakes off every St. Patty's night, and he sort of vanishes into the crowd, as he is quite short into the tables.
Oh, you guys see that guy?
Oh, you see that little man? Eric is like,
Did you see that?
I ain't never seen anything like that. He could go, that little guy.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Kind of a cute little guy too. I wouldn't mind sitting on my lap for a little while. I think he's a little littler than you, Ava.
I think you're right. I don't think I've ever seen that before, unless they were a kid.
That did
And
not
even
look
some-
like a child.
And even some kids are taller than I am.
He had like a little beard, but he kind of shaves his mustache, so he has no mustache, but he does have like the fringe of a beard around his chin, like whiskers, sort of. And everybody's just having a wonderful time. Erica's going to go up there and she's going to take a shot at the mechanical bull. She's still up there. Her name is engraved, probably second place.
Not first?
Not first. Somebody supplanted her first place. I think the last time we did this, and it was probably over a year ago, but I want to say her roll was like a 15. And
Oh, wow. Oh my God.
Erica makes a 10. So she doesn't get thrown off immediately. She hangs on, and she's going to give it one more try.
You can do it, Erica.
Nobody minds when only 6. Yeah, that one. Her thighs are a little bit tired, clamping on to the sides of the mechanical bull.
Erica,
and
you can do it.
She comes up. She
You
like
can do it.
She's
I believe in
giving her
you.
a penny? Oh
Yeah.
my God.
She like not my best ride. I'm a little no. She's going downhill now. She's like, yeah, not my best ride, but nothing to be ashamed of. She's like, I'm a little out of practice. Yeah, I guess my thigh muscle's gone a little slack. Says, and yeah, Brittany comes up with another pitcher of beer, and she says, puts it down, takes the empty one away, and says, yeah, I'm glad I checked your IDs. She says with a wink. Don't none y'all look old enough to drink.
Oh my god.
We are all
Oh, look.
legally able to drink, of course. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So let's see. There's a mechanic.
Ava's just quiet in the corners, just like.
The ship's just like, bring me another Coke. I'm the designated.
I am totally drinking the beer.
A couple of dumpsters out back. There's the bar. I'm trying to think what else I can serve you. It's non-alcoholic, but it's green. And it's not something gross like High
Surge.
C or Hawaiian Punch.
Limeade?
Limeade, Surge.
yeah,
Surge would be out back then.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Sprite?
maybe Fresca. Fresca with a shot of green food coloring. Something like that.
Gotta have a little something green, right?
Gotta have it.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, the pizza. And you see some people that you recognize besides Brittany Poe. Maybe two of Lenny's roommates walk by you and wave as they go deeper into the establishment.
I wave back.
Yeah.
By the way, does
It's noisy.
Lenny or any of his roommates give Shep the heebie-jeebies?
Huh?
No, in no way, shape,
Okay.
no way, shape, manner, or form. Now everybody toss me a notice roll, please.
Okay.
Expected. Sophia's just enjoying the music,
Yeah.
spending time with her friends, drinking the weird green beer, and having a pizza. She's it's a normal night with friends and pizza, and it's been a while, and she's happy about this.
Yeah. And it's St. Patrick's Day. It's a time of celebration.
I think you can tell that Shep's the one who has not partaken.
Yeah. Erica's like, man, I got to wee something fierce. Probably makes her way up to the ladies' room. You got to go, Sophie?
Probably, yeah. Let's go.
Gotta go pee. Oh, is this where all of the ladies have to go to the bathroom at the same time? Hold, friends, please.
Meeting in the ladies' room.
Mirror's like, Shep, tell me again how messy the bookstore ladies' room was.
I took pictures. You have them.
That's not weird at all.
Yeah, one of the guys that comes into the bookstore occasionally comes over and he's just chit chatting with you, making small talk as he's returning to his table. Probably one of the booze, and he says, "Yeah, over on the other side there." He says, "You see that little crowd gathering?" He's like, "There's a guy over there that's buying everybody drinks," and he looks down at your non-alcoholic beverage, and of course, Mir doesn't imbibe, and then he shrugs. He says, "Well, I guess anybody wants it. People over there are calling him a leprechaun because he's a tiny little guy."
Yes, he is very small.
Did you see him dance? He's asking you, Shep and Mir. Yes, that little man that was spinning around was very good at doing what I guess is an Irish jig.
Can Shep do a smarts roll to see if he remembers the what was on the poster the missing persons poster.
Sure, you can make a roll. Ava, as you guys are walking, as you gals are walking
Could
towards,
I
walking towards the rear, you hear one of the waitresses saying, "God, 2 more pitchers of beer. That guy's buying everybody." The green
I
beer.
would like to make a note that after Ava got up to go with us, if I could maybe, what is this? Where is this? I don't know if it's a stealth check, but I would have. It's St. Patrick's Day. Of course, I would have had a plastic sandwich bag full of Lucky Charms in my pocket. I want to place it on her chair before we head off to the bathroom. I just like empty the bag on the chair.
Okay, so
Yes.
what happens is you slide them under the table to Mir, and then you get up and start hopping up and down on one foot and say, "Boy, gotta go." And of course, Erica's already, I mean, she's 5'11", 5'10 and a half. You can see her in her cowgirl hat as she sort of makes her way through the tables. Yeah. And Mir nods at you approvingly.
Yeah, I don't care if anyone, as long as Ava doesn't see, it's just everyone else, I'm sure, would appreciate and help with this.
Not everyone, not the person who had the 8 notice.
And Ava, as you're walking, doing the friend sandwich, sort of, you hear one of the waitresses is saying, "Yeah, he's buying everybody a pitcher that wants one. It's crazy. His money's good though."
Oh, that's where the picture came from.
And
yeah. Well, if the others didn't notice, I will chat with my fellow gals on our way to the restroom.
Nobody bought you a pitcher of beer, but you know that Brittany Poe takes a special shine to you because you helped her uncover the mystery of her Meemaw's odd behavior. So she's probably been making sure you're topped off. But it seems like the activity is more on the right-hand side, where there are people milling about. And that guy that's talking to you, Shep, shrugs and says, "Yeah, they call him like somebody called him Darby Gillis and the Little People, but he's a guy who works out one of the ranches out on the way to Lufkin, one of the horse farms." He says, "He's making small talk with you. He says, 'You guys having a good time? Haven't seen you guys out on the dance floor.'"
Oh.
That little dark-haired girl. She's she waits tables and serves pastries at the bookstore. Is she your lady?
Mm-hmm. Shep says as he's cleaning Lucky Charms off of her seat.
Mir's like, "Why did you do that?" He's picking some up off. He's picking some up off the floor and he's put it on the seat after he moves the seat closer to him.
That's okay, Mir. If I'm asked, I'm going to say Mir put them on there. Because you just put them on there.
He says, I think it was one of the little people that did it. That's what they're called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple minutes later, you guys come back and
hey guys,
one of the guys asks Erica to dance. It's like they're doing like some sort of modified 2-step that you can do in. Now that's a good sized dance floor. That's enough to spin around. So she gladly goes off with a young gentleman, also with a cowboy hat. Ava, there are Lucky Charms all over your seat.
Why?
And the seat is noticeably closer to Mir now.
Mir has a terrible poker face. He's trying to like look up and whistle and act like he's not paying attention.
Mir, why? Who? No, like, why are the devilish cereal bits on my seat? How dare you? Just gonna start wiping it off. Trying to
thought-
like put it in a neat little pile. And like, excuse me, with the Lucky Charms, we
I
need to
thought-
just.
I thought they follow you wherever you go and leap off the shelves onto you. Perhaps I'm mistaken.
Oh my gosh, that was one time.
But what a time.
That was one time. The cereal is banned from the house.
But we have so much of it.
You tell Lenny to take it back.
No, he spent his own hard-earned money on those boxes.
Well, then he can have all the Lucky Charms when he comes over, or whatever. Because this is the demon cereal. I want nothing to do with it.
El Diablo, some would say.
No.
Erica comes back.
Well, El Diablo, all the Lucky Charms in the house. We're gonna throw them in the backyard, and we're gonna take the Zippo, and we're gonna burn it.
Jury of Robots is continuing to play now. The guy is switching on and off, playing those Irish folklore melodies, so to speak.